Hello and welcome to Tibby Learns to Review Screencheat. Screencheat is a split-screen multiplayer FPS developed by Samurai Punk and published by Surprise Attack that harkens back to the day when local multiplayer on consoles was not only king, but also the only way to play. Younger gamers that started on the Xbox 360 or PS3 have a good chance of never experienced both the joy and sometimes the fury of you and your best friend sitting on the couch, huddled around your TV, and playing games like GoldenEye, Mario Kart, or Gauntlet. My generation was one of the last to experience the pure awesome that was local multiplayer. Sure, there are still games that have local co-op or some forms of local multiplayer, but the majority of the multiplayer experience has shifted to online. This is not a bad thing. Without making moves like that, we would never have games such as Counter-Strike, Battlefield, or Call of Duty. But also with that shift, we lost something. There is a quote I saw a little while ago by Lee Musgrave, a former developer at Rare. It's an entirely social experience to play games with people in the same room. The game almost comes as a secondary part to the general fun you get with people playing together. Online, the focus is on the game, the kill count, the driving skills you can demonstrate. In the same room, it's about how you're making the other guys feel and visibly react. This quote hits the nail on the head for me when I started thinking back to the last time I played a local multiplayer game with a group of friends. I mean, sure, nowadays, if you find a group of friends online, you can fire up Skype or jump on TeamSpeak and chat with them as you play a game or what have you. But, as Wipeout creator Nick Burkholm said, taunting a friend to the face is far more enjoyable than being abused at by an anonymous internet player. Being able to turn to your side and see a friend, to be able to laugh in their face as you're beating them, or try to make them mess up by hitting the controller in their hands while they're trying to line up a shot. There's nothing that can compare when you're playing online. It's for this reason that I'm truly excited for the fact that local multiplayer experiences are seeming to be making a comeback, and it's games like Screencheat that make me wish I still lived near some of my friends. Many of you watching this might not understand how this is a review of Screencheat, and you'd be kinda right up to this point. But Screencheat to me isn't limited to the game itself. Screencheat to me is the embodiment of local multiplayer. There were a number of times I was turning to my left or right wanting to high-five one of my friends for doing something awesome in the game. My mind tricked me into thinking I was in the same room with the rest of my friends. Without even talking about the game, what I can say right now is, if you remember a time when you played a local multiplayer game with a group of friends and you had a blast, you need to play this game. Hell, even if you haven't had that experience, you need to play this game. But only if you buy it with a group of friends online, or plan to play with a group of friends on the local multiplayer. This is not a game, and this is only my opinion, that should be played online. And by that I mean just jumping into the game with random people. If you do that, you're missing the point of the game. Once again, get a group of friends together, play the game, and love it. Okay, on to the actual review of the game. The graphics are simple and clean. Each map is segmented into 4 different color-coded sections and are set up very symmetrically. This is so that you can better know where your enemies are so you can hunt them down. This is important for gameplay, which I'll explain in a bit more detail in just a few moments. The stages are pretty simple and there's not that many objects around the map, but this is because the game is a very arcadey shooter. The focus on the game is hunting down and killing your enemies. Each of the 8 guns have very distinct visual and auditory tells that allow you to know what gun is being fired at any given time. Each of the guns work very differently, from a 4-shot accurate pistol to a teddy bear strapped with dynamite. Each weapon is unique and is useful in almost every game mode and map. The devs did a really good job at making each of the weapons special and fun, but I think they could work on it a bit more as a few of the weapons are much better choices in almost every instance. The game modes, of which there are 6, include normal arcade shooter game types such as Deathmatch or King of the Hill, and then a few new ones like Murder Mystery, where you're given the section of the map where your target is located and which weapon that you're supposed to kill them with. I do hope that they come out with a few new game types or implement Steamworks so that people can make their own maps, game types, and weapons. I think that would be a good way of allowing the game to grow and become better than it already is. The sound design is also very crisp and clean, and the music is very catchy and always kept my head bobbing to the beat. The main draw of the game is the special gameplay that Screencheat introduces. Back in the day of split-screen multiplayer, there was always the ability of looking at the other player's section of the screen to see where they were and what they were doing. For most people, they kept their gaze to their own section as to not gain an unfair advantage. However, there were people that did not. I remember having a few arguments with some of my friends whenever someone was caught screen cheating. This practice was almost always regarded with disdain, and no one ever really wanted to play a game with a screen cheater. So when you look at the title of Screencheat, you not only know what the game wants you to do, but you also know what you need to do to play this game. What I mean by that is that the character models in this game are 100% invisible until they are killed. So the only way you can tell where your enemy is either by looking for the weapons when they fire, which might mean it's too late for you, or by looking at their screen and see what they see. This is one of the reasons why the maps are segmented into colors. By looking at the other screens, you can tell where they are on the map almost immediately. This mechanic is something that is really fun and really calls back to the feel of split-screen multiplayer. One of my friends even kept on saying that he feels bad for screen cheating, even though that's what he needs to do to play the game. Overall, this game is great. I've already said that I would recommend this game, but it doesn't hurt to say it again. I have to say again though, do not get this game if you're going to be playing it by yourself or just randomly online. It just isn't the same game that way. Also, I don't really like the conventional ranking systems. However, if I was forced to rate this game on a 1 to 10 scale, I would really consider it to be very close to a 10. I wouldn't give it a 10 as there are a few things that could have been done a bit better, but on a whole, this game is superb. Well, that's the review, guys. Thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you next time. See ya.
I like this game mode. Meanwhile, Purity.
Shut up!
Rip in peace.
I can't win one. It's like they're like synchronizing with each other. Hey, let's kill each other and let's attack him and let's win and fuck Purity.
Well, I can say that if that is happening, it is going without my knowledge.
Bullshit.
Good job, Tibby.
Do the hill walk.
Going according
Then I
to
gotta
plan.
go to bed.
Alright, so which game mode?
Hill.
Hill? Okay. Purity.
Alright. I'm going to bed. Screw you all, I'm going to bed.
He's taking his ball and going home.
So it seems.
Yes.
Well, do
Take
you
my
at the
ball
very
and
least
go
like
away.
the game?
Yeah,
Yes,
that's
I
awesome.
do.
Okay.
Just give it-
I'll catch you guys tomorrow.
Okay, see you, man.
ya.